congratulations. You were nominated for a Canadian Screen Award for Best Director on your TV movie, Love at a Sky Gardens.
It's a
What was it
mouthful.
like? Yeah. What was it like kind of finding out that you got that nomination, but also getting to go and celebrate so many Canadian artists as well?
Um, it was really, really gratifying to get the nomination because I'd been working to develop myself as a director for a while, and the Love at Sky Gardens was actually my first like full length film that I had directed, and I had directed it years ago, but I think it took a while to come out in Canada. So to get this nomination now for that first film that I had done, because I've directed other things since, was like just so heartwarming and so reassuring for me. Because sometimes, you hit those closed doors or things and you're like, am I making any leeway? And yeah, so it was like, I was thrilled. I'm so excited. And how was it being there celebrating? It was so fun. I mean, Ryan Reynolds was there. It was
Yeah.
very exciting.
You just got to enjoy his essence in real
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. I mean, I hope he doesn't watch this because I was like, he was like 2 rows in front of me, and I was so excited.
You should have gone and said hello.
I know I would too chicken. No, I was like, no, I will meet him out of my own like accord of like being established in some way. I don't know. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, it was great. I had an Asian designer design my outfit, and my lead actress had a matching outfit, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously you're an actress as well, but what did you learn from directing your first kind of TV film and how it's different than actually being in front of the camera and being an actress? Like, what have you learned from that experience?
Oh, so many things are different. I mean, I had my own television show before, and I had directed on that, but I was the director and the actor at that time. So this was the one where really just got to be the director. And okay, first of all, when you're an actor, rightfully so, you are not aware of all the panic that is happening behind the scenes. You are not aware of time. You're like, everything feels like it's moving slowly. You're like, oh, what's going on? But meanwhile, when you're the director, you're just like, oh my gosh, we have 10 minutes left. We have 10 minutes left. What are we going to do? How are we going to do this? Like, there's so much. And then you just like walk on set, you talk to the actors, like, hey, everything's fine. Chill, just have a good time. And now that I've directed a fair bit. It's so funny because I can like kind of see the behind the scenes now where I was like, oh, we're moving this now. Okay, someone's panicking. Like someone's having a hard time right now. So that's like the biggest difference is like you really see behind the curtain how much there's so much more hustle and things like that. Whereas like the actors need to be relaxed. They just need to have fun. They need to not think about that kind of thing. So energetically, very different feeling.
Yeah, I mean, have you found that you prefer one over the other, or you still have a great love for both?
I still have a great love for both. And I went through this terrible time of being like, I must pick one, which one? And I've decided recently, no, I don't have to.
Yeah.
And right, I think that's becoming more of a thing. Like, I really like Taika Waititi or Lin-Manuel Miranda or Phoebe Waller-Bridge, like people who are creators in front and behind camera.
Mhm.
And I think doing both just makes me better at both
Yeah,
in a
definitely.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, going into you acting, you're also in the CBC comedy Run the Burbs. What has that been like, kind of stepping into your character? Because this TV show is really popular now and it's picking up. What's that like stepping on set every day?
It's really great because Andrew Fung, who played Kimchi on Kim's Convenience, who's like one of the co-creators on like Run the Burbs, him and his partner, his like co-creator Scott, make such a supportive environment, like genuinely. And I think it's because Andrew's also one of the actors, and I was lucky with that on Private Eyes as well with Jason Priestley, who was a producer. They just really make the environment good for actors because they're one of them too.
Yeah.
So like that is really lovely. He cares a lot about representation and getting it right. That like anyone can bring up, like, oh, I don't think the food is right of like how this would be in this culture. I don't think this, like, he really, really tries to make it authentic. And then in terms of playing Kathy, I play Kathy, who's like the bubble tea shop owner. It's great because she's so different from me. She's
Okay.
really, really unfriendly. Like she's like, people think I'm so mean. And like I'm not, I'm like, why is no one talking to me? Like they think I'm really grumpy and they think that I'm like, because my character is very, she's a small business owner. She's got no time for anybody. She's a bit Daria-like, just dry,
Hmm.
like a dry tell it how it is. And it's very funny because that's not how my personality is. So it's funny to see how crew and people who don't know me personally think I
Yeah.
am. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you said you and your character are very different. I'm wondering, what is it that draws you to a project as a whole? Is it getting to play different characters like that, or is it the script? Could you talk more about that?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I want to be so honest with people because people people are like, what draws you to a script? Getting work draws you
Fair
to
enough.
doing things. Like I feel like we're always like, how did you pick this? Most of the time artists are like, I didn't. I got the job and I was so grateful. Like so like that is partially the truth. Like in the way of like but also I love the project and like I am starting to be like, hey, actually, I do want to only work on projects that feel like a number of things, a really good team of people I want to work with. And then two, as well, that I feel that I can grow a little bit there, or I can, like, I know that I'll have some respected kind of artistic expression. So
Mhm.
that's usually that's what I'm looking for. So like even so, I am probably as much as I say it's like I just wanted a job. No, I also have been like, oh, I think I don't want to continuously play like the same funny, quirky girl that I played for a really long time on Private Eyes. I've started being like, I think I've already done this. Like, let's move on. That's why Kathy was so exciting to me because she was so different. So
Yeah.
yes, I guess I am making choices.
I mean, everyone loves getting work too.
Yeah, it's
But
true.
you also direct a popular web series, Lady Ada's Secret Society. If you could describe that whole experience in 3 words, what would they be?
Ooh. Um, Playful. Um, okay, this is 2 words, but like exceeding expectations in terms of like we had a tiny budget and what we were like going for, we're like, let's just do it anyway. Anyway. Um, and also playful that and oh mischievous. I guess playful mischievous are the same, but like that's the story. The story's very mischievous about pranks and girls, like girl power, I guess maybe would be the other thing. Like it's about 4 girls and like their friendship together, like while they try and take down a very traditional school. So like mischievousness, like mischief was the goal all the time to be like, how do we bring more mischief to this project?
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, obviously you're keeping busy, but do you have any future projects that you could hint at or talk about?
Yeah, I'm currently writing. I keep saying this out loud. And I think it's just to hold myself to doing it. I'm currently making my first independent feature, myself. And it's totally different again in the idea of growth. It's a drama.
Okay.
And it is based off of my journey with my father and dementia.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have a timeline for that you're hoping, or are you still in the writing phase?
I'm still in the writing phase. I just finished applying to the Canada Council, so we'll see. Hopefully, I get the grant money for that, and I'm in a couple programs. I'm in the Women of the Directors Chair program that's helping me develop the script. So I think my goal is to have like the full script by the end of the year,
Yeah.
and then to be looking towards production in the new year. Is the timeline.
The hopeful timeline.
The hopeful timeline. I'm like, that's even quite fast, but it's like that's the hopeful timeline. Yeah.
Yes. And my last question for you. You've had a great career so far. I'm wondering, do you have a favorite moment or memory?
Um, yeah. Do I have a favorite moment or memory? I think my favorite two memories come up, and it's so funny. I'm like, what I have at the time said they were my favorite memories, but they're very strong in my mind, which is on my champagne birthday, so like your champagne birthday being like your age with like the day you were born. So I was born on July 25th. So when I turned 25, which is a long time ago, when I turned 25, the day I turned 25, I was filming my first season of Second Gen, which was the show I created. And I was like, this is a pretty, I remember marking that in my mind, being like, this is a pretty great way to turn 25. Like, and feeling really lovely about that. And then at the end of that run, Amanda, my co-creator, and I had worked so hard. We just cried. I don't think I have like when they called cut and it's a wrap on our first season. I don't think I have cried that hard out of just relief.
Really?
That we out of like joy and like relief that we had done it. Like it had been such a slog to get there. We just both wept. Like I just wept so hard. It felt like an unbelievable moment, and like when you go through a lot of hard things to make something happen, you wonder if you'll ever get there. And then it felt like a moment of like we woke up and we're like, whoa, wait, we got here, like we did it. So
Yeah.
that, yeah, that that probably. And then I'm sure there are more recent memories now that maybe 5-10 years from now I'll look back and say these ones, but maybe because that one's further back, I remember it more fondly.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it sounds like a memorable moment,
Yeah.
but congratulations on everything again. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. It was really nice to meet you. Thanks for having me.